Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the chapter Federalism. Definition of federalism. It is a system of government in which power is divided between the central authority. Central authority means central government and its various constituent units. This is the definition. That means power is divided between central government and the subordinate government. That means the government of Delhi, central government, union government, and all the state, Rajasthan, MP, Gujarat, etc. Or in a very simple words, we can say when there is more than one level of government, that is central government and state government. Now we will be reading the features of federalism. Coming to the features, the first feature, it is having two or more level of government. It is central government, state government, and local self-government like Panchayati Raj system, municipal corporation, etc. Different tier means level. Different levels of government has their own jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means area of influence. On what all things central government will make law, and on what all things state government will be making the laws. Third, these jurisdictions are specified in the constitution. The constitution and all the things are mentioned that on these things the central government will be making laws, on these things state government, these things will be done by gram panchayat, etc. Courts have power to interpret the constitution. Whatever is written in the constitution, it is said the constitution is having very difficult language. It is not very easy. Sometimes it can confuse people. So it is the duty of the court to interpret, explain what is written in the constitution. And fifth point, fundamental provision of the constitution, that means basic provision of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed. The word uni means one, laterally means level. Any one level of the government cannot change the basic provision of the constitution. Whatever is written in the constitution, the main thing, suppose it is republic word. If a particular level of government think, okay, we will change it from republic to monarchy, so they cannot do. So these are some basic provision which any one level cannot change. Clear? The other features, sources of revenue for each level are clearly specified. That means on these all things, this government where can put taxes, etc. On other things, the other level of the government. So sources of revenue, that is taxation, it is very clear. And last is dual objective. This point is very important. You can make a star here. Dual objective of federalism. There are two aim here objective. First, to promote unity. The aim of federalism is to promote unity and accommodate diversity. How to overcome the diversity? These are the two objectives. These are total 7 points, and generally a 5-mark question is asked on this topic. What are the features of federalism? And it is quite an important point. Make a star, important question. Clear? There are two different routes by which a country can become a federal country, or we can even say all the federations are not always similar. We cannot say that the principle of federalism which are accepted by this country has to be same like that, then only it will be federalism. It is not so. It depends on history, geography, and different aspects of that country. First is coming together federation, or how a country can become federation. By the name itself, it is clear, coming together. That means small states have come together to become a large country. Many small states, they have united and they have become a large country. So this is coming together federation. Holding together means when a large country divides its power between the constituent units. Suppose if there is a big country and it has divided itself into various constituent units. So this will be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh different states. India is the example of holding together. In India, in 1947, India got independence. Sardar Patel has united the country, the boundaries were fixed. Then the country was divided into state. Okay, this will be Madras province, Bombay province. Further, they divided Madras into Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Now Andhra Pradesh is further divided into Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So this is holding together. Coming together, United States of America. By the name itself, it is clear. The states of America which are united. So first states were there. These states united themselves to become USA. And for holding together, the example will be India. Now the second difference in this, states are more powerful. In this, central government is more powerful. So this is also one difference. Here states are more powerful in comparison to holding together. Here central government is more powerful. This is example and this is the definition. Next point. In both this, the states are not having equal power. The states do not have equal power. And here all the constituent states have identical power. That is equal power. So these are the differences between these two, coming together and holding together. Important question. What are the difference between coming together federation, holding together, or what are the two routes by which a country can become a federal country? Clear? Now, India is the example of holding together federation. If a question comes justify, yeah, all the constituent states of India do not have identical power. If a question comes like this, although in most of the books, the first point which is given is about Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir is having its own constitution, but now, as we all know, last year the constitution was changed, and Jammu and Kashmir is now not having its own constitution. So you can mention Jammu and Kashmir was having its own constitution. So this change please make, because in most of the books it is still written Jammu and Kashmir is having its own constitution. And the other provision, no one can reside permanently or purchase land etc. in Jammu Kashmir. Answer this in past tense. Before this 2019, people from other states of India were not allowed to purchase land etc. in Jammu Kashmir. In that way you can mention. Second point can be regarding the other states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, MP. These states are having their own legislative assembly. So these states are also powerful. And the third is about union territory. Union territories, that is those areas which are directly ruled by the central government, are not having their own legislative assembly. They are not having their own chief minister, ministers, etc. These are directly ruled by governor on behalf of President of India. They are ruling. That's why these are known as union territory. Union means central government. Now in this we are read about federalism. Opposite of federalism is unitary government. Once a question was asked that what are the features of unitary government? Unitary government means that government which is having only one level of government, or the constituent units. Constituent units here means like states, provinces are subordinate to the central government. They are not independent, autonomy they are not having कि भाई जो मन आए कर लिया. It is not like that. They are always subordinate to the central government. In Belgium also, in 1993, the states were given power in Belgium. In the previous chapter, we have read about it. The constitution of Belgium was amended 4 times to work out a plan by which they can live peacefully. In 1993, Belgium became a federal country. Before that, the states were there, but central government was having right to take the powers back from the state. In 1993, constitutionally they were given power. These points are also important. Justify that all the states are not having identical power in India. Clear?